5, 4,
3, 2. Welcome back to the Watch.
It's like every new
Welcome
thing.
back. What'd you say?
Hello, I'm Michael.
Has anybody ever called you Mike? Nah,
You're not alive anymore.
Welcome back to the WatchTower podcast, e-film review podcast on the Towercast Network. By cinema lovers, for cinema lovers, and we're back with another episode. And this time around, it's Mr. John Eric Castro's pick. Let me introduce him right now, Mr. John Eric Castro.
I am the guy that picked Nocturnal Animals.
Nocturnal Animals. We're doing Nocturnal Animals. Mr. Michael Lowe.
I'm the guy who watched Nocturnal Animals.
And he's got a new haircut.
He's got, dude, does have a new haircut.
Which is my cam.
All of them.
All of them.
Hi, you guys.
Mr. Austin Young, making sure we're sounding good over there.
Oh, this is your catchphrase. This is
Excuse
your
me.
catchphrase.
Howdy.
Howdy. All right, howdy.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy it is.
I think-
And I'm your humble film servant, Carlos Author, giving you a writing, directing perspective.
There's something new.
What's something new? About me?
No. Well, yeah, I guess.
Jeez, what?
It's a brighter episode. It just feels more lit, you know?
I mean, it's not a bright movie.
That's
Well,
for
no, I'm
damn
just saying,
sure.
like, you know, usually it's very dark outside.
That's a good point.
And it's
Today's a day
scary.
episode. Well, it is like freaking 5 o'clock, you know, like we usually
cloudy
report
as hell.
later.
It's usually
Do
scary.
me a
outside.
favor. The door's right over there. You
Oh,
can-
Yeah,
okay.
man, I'll walk you out.
Make sure he gets home safe. It's not safe in this neighborhood.
It's just not-
We're here to talk about Tom Ford's 2016 Nocturnal Animals. This was a pick
Directed
by...
by Shane Black.
No.
it wasn't.
No, man.
That's why it's
Damn.
Tom Ford's. It's his.
his.
He directed it.
Him.
It's not the 40s. You don't get the producer's name on top. You get the directors.
Get it
Go
right.
fuck yourself.
Get it right.
Yeah, Tom Ford, fashion designer turned filmmaker. Interesting thing. He only did one film previously.
I was going to ask, which one was that one?
It was a film called. It wasn't like it's literally something along the lines of A Serious Man. I think it's
A
called
Single
like
Man.
A Single Man.
A single man.
It's a 2009.
$2009.
Did it have a big name on it or not?
I don't think so. But what has he directed since then? He's directed a couple more. I think like 2 more.
On the other one, he had Colin Firth and Julianne Moore.
Which film was
On
that?
A Single
Moore?
Man.
Oh, okay. I love Julianne.
And then the only other thing he's done is Noir Anthracite.
Huh?
Well, I don't know. This one was pretty good.
Really? That's the last thing. Wow.
Oh, it wasn't even a film. It was a 1-minute video.
I was about to say, like, I don't. What a shame, man. He's a good director. He's a really good director.
And this was like based off of a novel, no?
It's based off of a novel. I think it's called Tony
And Susan.
and Susan, based off a novel. This was an interesting pick. I remember the first time I saw this film. It was in the 2016 Oscar race buzz, and naturally that was La La Land year, that was Moonlight year,
sure,
that
okay.
was so.
Oh, man.
But it was mentioned, and I remember I had just come off a film where I met Michael Shannon, and I was hyped because it's like Michael Shannon, like it looks good, and he's the only one nominated for an Oscar for this
okay.
film. Nothing else, nobody
No,
else got nominated.
supporting actor was Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No,
No, I
for a
think he-
Golden Globe.
Golden Globe. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
He won the
Really?
Golden
Damn,
Globe.
this guy knows
He
his
won
shit.
the Golden Globe.
Yeah, he won it for supporting actor.
But Michael Shannon got the Oscar now,
Oh, wow.
and that's the only thing that was nominated at the Oscars was his performance.
Yeah, because Tom Ford was also nominated for director and
Oh, he was
screenplay
also
at the
too?
Globes.
At the Globes.
Yeah.
At the Globes. So I just remember it being in the conversation. I just met Michael Shannon, so I was like, shit, man, I love him. I love his acting. I really want to see this. And sure enough, man, this is one of his best fucking performances, Michael Shannon. He was a supporting actor in this. But anyways, that's where I remember hearing about it. And I didn't even see it in that year. I saw it like the next year. Sandra and I screened it. And gosh, man, I remember this film fucking with me. Just like off the heels of it. And I remember thinking this. And this contradicts something I told you last night, though.
Whoa.
Which was, I don't think I could ever write something like this, but I remember when I first finished watching it, I was like, if I would ever write a thriller, it would be this.
Dude, the whole car scene. I haven't had a scene like that get me so intense. So
I don't know. Same,
Angry,
dude.
anxiety,
Same.
right?
And dude, and
Like-
it's so angry too, like as a man, right? Like as a man defending his family.
Because you're thinking
Like
to
as
yourself,
a
like,
man, you're like,
you think you can punch these guys, all these 3 karate kid these guys. No, dude, you're trying to,
You're trying to be
structure
like
a plan right there in the
civil,
moment.
and then plus even like the whole like little micro dialogue of like, wait, no, I think they might have guns. Or like, oh, do they have guns and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And those like micro little panics, and then it's
It's,
that
intense.
scene, I had to stop it. I remember I was watching it yesterday. I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
Even like her,
I got close to that.
When she closes the book, it's just.
I got close to that.
Yeah.
I was there too. I was like, motherfuckers.
Man.
And then, like, as per usual, these guys are cracking jokes. And I'm like, stop. This shit's fucking hurting my soul. Like, you guys need to watch this shit.
I just like the whole dialogue with Aaron Taylor.
Oh, man, dude.
You
And
know, as
him
a writer,
performer.
you're like, okay, you got to keep it going, but what happened?
Him as a performer, like, fucking...
At first, I didn't know it was him when it came out in 2016.
Dude,
I was like, that's
it's fucking kick-ass. Yeah, it's fucking kick-ass. Yo, but I've seen him in other stuff, man. Like, he played John Lennon in a film called Nowhere Boy.
I don't know that.
Fantastic fucking picture, man. And his wife directed it too.
Oh, shit, that's pretty
He's
cool.
married to a director. She has a 3-part name too. Like,
Oh, isn't she like older?
yeah. She directed. It's not Julie Taymor, but it's the other female director who did like she did the 50 Shades of Grey movies. But before that, she had done like Nowhere Boy. I think that's where they met. She's a good director, and she's kind of the reason why he got casted in this film.
Okay, that can make sense.
This role went out to. Do we want to get into ratings before we get into the whole picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, ratings. Castro, who do you want to go first? Who do you want to go last?
I want the boss man himself, producer King, Austin.
Producer King.
God damn.
What you think of
Oh,
the
that's me?
Rating
Of
power.
course, bro. What you think of the film? Like, for real, like, I know you were joking around, I just heard.
Oh, sure. When I joke around, it's a problem. But when we're watching something and then Carlos and you start joking around.
Damn, son, he had that in his pocket already.
Yeah, like when we were
Dude,
watching Warrior.
I remembered, like, when the
serious
film
man.
opened, I remembered how serious the tone was on this. And I remember every scene is crucial for the ending.
Yeah.
So I was like, you guys need to shut the fuck up and pay attention to this because you're going to miss the boat. You're going to miss this. But anyways, that's what I was trying to
No,
do.
good shit.
Rating.
You know, remember that. Next time we're watching a film together and you start cracking jokes.
Dude, that's some serious man right there.
Ratings.
I'd give it like an 8.3.
Okay,
Fair.
solid.
Fair.
Oh, hold on.
By the way,
James.
I think the book that was in the film would have made a great film.
But what did you like about it?
Oddly enough, the director had considered making 2 films. One of the story within the story and one of the couple. They were going to be originally 2 different films. And then
I was more intrigued by the story within the story. Than
I was naturally, but dude, the story outside of here is the big one. I don't know. Anyways, 8.3.
Hey, but what you like the acting, how intense it was?
What'd you think of the edit?
I forgot how intense
Look,
It was
8.3.
like-
Look,
what-
we've
it was
rated
like-
other films and they've been low. This is relatively high.
8.3 is not bad.
yeah,
That's
well,
for you.
like
You must.
my
have liked
biggest
it.
gripe with it was like, especially when you get into like the story within the story, you got so deep and invested into it, you would completely forget about. The
But that's a
story
good
outside of it.
thing. I would hope
personally
that as a
don't like that,
director,
though.
it should make you do that.
Yeah, but then when you come back to it, you're like, oh fuck. It's like
But it
it's like when
keeps
you're
you
watching
hooked.
TV and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, commercial, fuck.
But it keeps you hooked.
Yeah,
Like it keeps
I
you
see what
hooked,
you're
like
saying.
because
Yeah.
it keeps you wanting more. Like it keeps you like hooked
I
throughout
feel
the
the
whole thing.
opposite way. Like,
What? I
it
don't know.
bugged me personally.
I would hope
Okay,
that
I
like
can
as a
see that.
director, I would want that effect because it's supposed to jar you out of it the way she is when she's reading the fucking
which
book.
it did for me for the first
Yeah,
fucking
and then on top of that, like when it draws you back in, it's like, oh man, I was anxious to get back into the story to see how it ends. And it's a fictional story. Like that's
Yeah.
the crazy part
But
about
there's
it.
a symbolism behind it.
Right.
You know?
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's insane. But okay, fair.
Also, the fence.
The fence?
No,
The
the
fence.
fence. The fact that like you see
jeez.
it's daylight out and then he's leaving that area that they dumped him and he's like trying to get through this
And
barbed
then he
wire
falls.
fence and hurting himself.
But if you look like to
at
the left
end-
of the frame,
No way.
And-
No way.
yeah.
It's typical. It's
Yeah,
open
the
for
fence
yeah,
ends,
no,
yeah.
and I mean maybe
He's so
that's
tired, bro.
that's
a good
I
point.
think it's intentional because obviously it's something that they could have easily framed out
Yeah.
to make it look like the fence goes on, but it's trying to make
cinematographer with that.
yeah, it's something that they kind of just left there.
I also think it's to show the vastness of the desert. Like he's about to walk a fuckload. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's reaching
8.3.
8.3.
Solid.
By the way, to Katsu's
Solid.
point, you just pointed out the bad shit. Like, is there anything you liked about it? You gave it a pretty high rating.
No, I thought it was great. The performances were great.
Yeah, huh?
I'm surprised that Gyllenhaal didn't get nominated.
I know, man. This is one of my favorite performances.
I think he didn't. Is it one of those things where you think because we were all mad at the character?
Maybe I think this performance
Right,
is
right,
better
right.
like
than
mad at Gyllenhaal's.
At the character, like he played.
I prefer.
do
I
something
liked.
more.
I liked Gyllenhaal's performance in this over Nightcrawler.
I agree.
He's just
That's
such a
the
good
weird
character.
thing about Gyllenhaal that we've always talked about. That it's just we don't really know where to place
You
him
said
when
that
it comes.
too,
to
that
I
is
don't think
true.
you know what the funky part about it is too. I don't think Hollywood knows where to place him
Yeah.
because he's not Brad. He's not Clooney. You know,
But I feel like
he
you
did
can
stuff
pick
like
his shit.
this. He did
You can
stuff
pick
like.
his
But I think he rolls in the circles of like Joaquin. You know, Heath Ledger obviously broke.
But then he just did like what was it? The Covenant, Guy
Yeah,
Ritchie's
that's a
film.
Very
The
weird.
Covenant.
Yeah, that's what it's called, right?
It's like
The military film, right?
The military
war
film.
Oh, the Guy Ritchie thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I literally said that in my same sentence, and you just don't listen.
I didn't hear you.
No, and then also he did
I
like
guess that's what I like about him. He's just
He's pretty versatile.
you can't
I mean, he
play
did
someone.
Spider-Man.
he did like
He
end
did
of
Spider-Man too. It's such a weird.
Played the villain in Spider-Man recently.
Oh, that's
end
right.
of Watch.
Huh?
End of Watch. Did you guys watch that
The
one?
cop one.
Yeah.
See,
That
that's my
was
type of
weird.
like catalog that I want to
Yeah,
have. Just,
that's interesting.
Everything, dude.
Yeah, because like, dude, we could turn around and make a Anne Hathaway rom-com film, play a doctor in the rom-com with Anne Hathaway, and then turn around and make something
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, it's,
That's actually a pretty good one. The one.
and Marvel shit and everything. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
he's good.
I mean, very diverse. Just odd. I don't know.
He's on my top just because you can't place him, and I like
Yeah, that's
like Joaquin. He's weird, but damn,
You
just
can't
so-
place him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dude, we're gonna talk about Bo is Afraid on this fucking podcast.
I want to see it. You guys
Jeez, we haven't talked any Ari Aster films on this podcast, have we?
Well, to be
No.
fair, he only has 3.
Yeah, which ones?
Exactly, we haven't done
Hereditary,
any of them.
Midsummer,
and
and-
guess who
okay.
else only has 3? That DP of his, who like is super accessible.
No, he has 4. He did the Beetlejuice, or what was it?
Beetle?
Blue
Oh,
Beetle.
They just
Oh,
announced
Blue
it.
Beetle?
Just two, dude.
Yeah, with Jenna Ortega.
The second one, or
Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega, Winona Ryder's coming back, Michael Keaton's coming back.
wait for
Almost all of them.
what?
It's like the
For
one that guy-
Beetlejuice too.
The guy that died.
Oh shit!
Jenna Ortega's gonna be the daughter of Winona Ryder. Scary.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And you said Keaton's coming
They
back.
announced it at CinemaCon.
I just don't know about the husband. The lady is, but the husband didn't show him.
Isn't that Alec Baldwin?
No, the big guy. Oh no, yeah, that guy. Too.
Well, yeah, him and the other wife, the actress. I forget.
And
What
the
big
other
guy?
big guy, the guy with like the flat.
no, but that's not one. That's her parents.
Oh, okay.
Winona was the daughter.
That's true,
back
too.
then.
Yeah,
Remember?
so-
Yeah, those
yeah,
are the older
they're
crowds.
gone
Yeah,
already.
Anyways,
Anyways,
we went on a tangent.
8.3.
that's your score too.
No, that's his.
Oh, okay. Who,
Oh.
who do you want to go next?
8.3.
Mr. DP King.
DP extraordinaire.
8.7.
8.7. Okay.
8.7.
Interesting.
Cinematography, the imagery, the
Who,
videos.
this DP did what else? He was a
Yeah,
damn
who
good
is it? Who
DP.
is it?
He was really good.
I wanted to ask
Hold
you,
on,
like,
the intern's checking.
Okay.
Interns checking.
like the beginning scene where like the big ladies.
You know what's interesting?
The
It's-
DP was Seamus McGarvey. His done. We need to talk about Kevin.
Indie stuff.
Oh, The Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Oh, my
that
God.
makes sense for the opening scenes.
He did one episode
Yeah.
of Black Mirror. He did The Accountant.
Which episode of Black Mirror?
The Accountant came out after Nocturnal Animals, actually.
Yeah, that was the Ben Affleck thing.
He also did Bad
That was
Times at
alright.
the El Royale.
Oh, shit,
shit.
that's a damn good picture.
Yeah, I love that one.
It's probably my favorite Guy Ritchie.
Oh shit, he did The Avengers.
It's a Guy Ritchie film, right?
Oh,
Bad
no.
Times?
No,
Huh?
that time's about. No,
Along Came Polly.
Oh, wow.
that's not him.
This guy's gotten around. High Fidelity.
Oh,
Way
shit.
back in the
nice.
day,
I
bro.
love High
Wow.
Fidelity.
Yeah.
Who directed Bad Times at the El Royale? I thought it was Guy Ritchie.
No, that's
No, it was Drew Goddard.
Oh, it's Godard. He's the guy that did The Martian. He
Oh.
wrote The Martian. He didn't direct it. He wrote The Martian.
Next time, don't question me about.
Yeah, you're right. It feels very Guy Ritchie.
But yeah, this DP has gotten around.
Yeah. He's a good EP. He's a good EP. Bad Times at the El Royale is fucking good.
What did you think of it? What you like? Because it was. Did you find any symbolism in his cinematography? Big ladies
Or intentionality, right? I mean, that's
Intentionality.
Yeah, no, we go into intentionality. I think it's really interesting that this whole dynamic of her reading this book, the cinematography for a lot of the tension and the moments that were there felt more real than like the moments with what's the name of the actress?
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. It felt more real than the moments with Amy Adams because
She's good, man.
you
I'll watch
see-
Amy Adams do anything, man.
Yeah,
She's
you see
fucking-
these moments where like Amy Adams is there, they keep everything on sticks, they keep everything very tame and very calm. But then when we go into the book, it's so lively, it feels handheld, it feels like it really draws you
that's
in.
Good
And
point.
that's
it's two
why
styles in one.
yeah, and that really punches you in.
That's
and then
interesting.
what I love is that these askewed kind of angles and odd shifts where they seem like these awkward kind of angles.
Yeah.
He does parallels to bring you back to the Amy
not
Adams
just that,
kind of
but
emotional state.
but aside from like night and day, you have to shoot different styles in lighting,
Oh yeah.
right? Like the lighting, New York cityscape shit
Also
Compared to like the
versus-
West Texas
Yeah, all
kind of.
desert.
Yeah, it's super.
Just the lighting
Just when
alone
it's
is
on him,
impressive
yeah.
for him to be able to balance both things pretty
But
well.
it really puts him on like two separate worlds,
Yeah.
and I mean he takes
That's
you
the
through
point,
it, and
right?
then
I
he
mean-
knows how to like do these parallels to
Yeah.
bring you back into it. That, like I said, when the frames are skewed for Amy Adams, it's also skewed for Gyllenhaal,
Yeah.
and
Oh, shit.
that's how you like balance back into it. And then especially like whenever there's these emotional beats for either one of them, they're paralleled so
That's a good
so
point.
beautifully.
That's a good
So I love the cinematography. I love what they were able to accomplish
I
on
was
this.
thinking of you.
I just couldn't place the weird art commentary. Like I didn't know how to feel about that, and that was the only thing that kind of threw
The
me
opening
off.
scene?
Yeah, and her whole like view towards like the art world. And
I know what it is. I have my theory.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
But
Well, I'd love to hear it because right now I think it's sitting at an 8.3 for me, and
because that feels like aimless.
no,
the art-
it's
What,
not
8.3?
aimless.
You said 8.7
But
earlier.
8.7.
8.7. Sorry.
God damn, bro, you're hurting me. Bro.
No.
Fight him.
Like a lot of times, my score's kind of like low off the bat, just because I know that once we have a conversation, there's more to interpret.
True.
So I definitely it's like an 8.7 right now, but with room to go up the more I hear about the story and all that. But I really liked how it was composed. At first, I didn't know if you were gonna be like, oh, watch this film, and then you'll see like where it's lacking or where it's missing or what's good and all that. But no, the whole time you're really drawn into
I
it.
remember
drawn to
it
the
being one of
characters.
those gems that like of that year that I was like, man, this one didn't get a ton of love. It got it got attention, but it didn't get a ton of love. And to this day, people who have seen it are like, oh, dude, fuck yeah, it's such a good film. And then people who haven't are like, yeah, I don't care. I'm
But
gonna watch it.
I remember mentioning to you that after us seeing like Tar, that I could
Yeah.
imagine what was it, Kate Blanchett?
Yeah.
That she could have
could've
been
played
in
the hell
this.
out of this role.
But I think it was because of the scene that they put her in, because it's the art world and there's a certain type of conversation and everything.
I think
But-
Amy Adams, man, like she brings a lightness to this. She brings that girl next door vibe to her character. Because
Yeah.
I genuinely think that this might be a big statement, but I think Amy Adams is like the Meryl Streep of our generation.
That's good.
I think she's
Oh, wow,
like
that's pretty
fucking good, man. Like anything she's done, she's amazing
trying to
in.
think of somebody
She
else,
could
but-
do stuff like, I mean, Kate Blanchett's like in there, but Kate Blanchett surpassed even Meryl Streep. I think
Yeah.
like she's just fucking
Oh, man, that's
awesome.
big.
no, but Amy
But
Adams.
Amy Adams is so versatile, but she has a lightness to her. Like Meryl Streep
Absolutely.
can do that, but at the same time, she'll do stuff like Enchanted, right? Disney's Enchanted, and
Yeah.
then turn around and do stuff like American Hustle and be fucking great at both things, So I
Also,
I Amy
with her
Adams.
role, I love how you're able to see this kind of like serious side of her. But then,
But again,
when
she's
she
that
deals with like
girl next
Gyllenhaal,
door.
I was gonna say when she deals with like Gyllenhaal, and she has to like jump back into the role of like just West Texas local gal
Yeah.
kind of thing. I love how they were able to play with that,
Yeah, yeah.
and seeing their two characters kind of like have that compatibility.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
no.
And by the way,
great pick.
she
You didn't get lost with the story?
I didn't get
You know how
lost
it's
with,
like, present day, but then it's also on the
No, and that's the thing that I really appreciated about it. And I didn't get lost with it, but I definitely was trying to balance out both. And I love how at times they were trying to confuse you. Like the first time that she has the dinner and you're like, oh shoot, did she like call him back and all that?
Yeah.
And then later on you realize, oh no, that never happened. Or that did happen, but in the past. And
In
it's,
the
it's,
past.
it's a different thing.
interpreted. in
So so I love how it blended
Interpreted.
both.
interpreted in a different way. It is by all intents and purposes.
It's a
If you're an
fiction.
artist, it's a flashback.
It's a flashback,
Interpreted
but interpreted
artistically, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Like as a writer, writers know. You guys know. You're writers. Writers know what I'm saying here. Like you're writing about yourself to a certain degree, just like Gyllenhaal's character was always against it because she was against writing about himself.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
the
he
big
does, but in a fucking great way.
Uh-huh.
So, anyways, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
So
8.7.
Yeah.
All right.
and now that we're about an hour into the episode,
An
I'll give
hour.
No,
Oh, you're
yeah,
kidding
no,
me.
I'm at an 8, flat
God
8.
damn, bro.
No. And look, this
remember,
is,
there's so much that we
Here's
have to
the thing.
compare it to. Like,
here's the thing. I think it is a hidden gem of that year. I think all the performances are amazing. I think Tom Ford should be directing movies every fucking year. But I think there was a big missed opportunity with this film. There could have been more. This film could have been layered even more, and it would have been in like Parasite territory.
Give me one layer more that you would have put in.
Dude, for instance, the thing that he did with colors was so on the nose that I think if you would have disguised the color thing a little better, it would have been deeper layers of certain
I'll
things.
tell you this, dog. I didn't even see the colors.
We'll talk about that then.
That's a medical issue, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to
we
work on
seen it
that.
so on the nose. I
They
can
make
see
glasses that
Yeah.
you can put on now.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
it's
see
fine.
all the colors. Okay?
No, but I just there's stuff
It's Tom
that like
Ford, he's a
there's-
designer. He's
No,
got- of
I
course it's gonna be on
understand.
the
I
nose.
understand. No, but no, because as a director, it's
is
not
it-
just trying to be cheeky, right? Like you could have added more layers of their dynamic in the relationship that's gonna like feed into the book. I also think there's missed opportunities of the ending. I think the ending.
the
I think
ending was
it's
the
a terrific
best.
ending. It's a terrific ending, but his intention was for it to be left up to the audience, right? Did he not come because he still loves her, or did he not come because he
No.
wants to stick it in?
Revenge. The big
That's
fucking
not.
thing,
That's
big
not
thing
the
that
only
said
theory.
revenge.
That's not the only theory. But there's another theory that I want to talk to you about. But we'll get to there. I just think the film itself, dude, is
It's a nice.
it's mid high tier, and it had a potential to be high tier. And I know we could say that about every film, right? Like, but I think this is one of those
Like a
if,
few little
if I was a
tweaks.
producer on this film, I would have talked to Tom Ford and been like, dude, let's revise the script. Let's think about how you want to approach this. Because, by the way, if you read the synopsis of the novel and what he changed from the novel, it's black and white, dude. He layered it way
Really?
better
'Cause
than the
I
novel.
read the plot for Tony and Susan, and it was kind of the same thing.
He layered it is, but he layered the film way different. Since the thing about the abortion, that wasn't in the novel
Yeah,
at
okay,
all.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
shit like that. Like he did add layers and texture.
Was
to it.
that supposed to be a real thing? Because that
Yeah.
felt very dream sequency.
No.
But no, that was supposed
But
to be.
again, that's also
Because I mean, the whole thing
who's
of
the
like
reliable narrator in this thing. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing, right? I
Right,
mean,
right.
because she's a piece of shit. She admitted it herself for what she did, but at the same time,
That's the whole art.
we're
thing.
behind this guy who's seeking revenge and is writing a book that's obviously not the exact thing would happen, but it's interpreted of a feeling he had. So
Yeah.
who's the reliable narrator when it
Yeah.
comes to this story, right?
Yeah.
We don't know who to believe, and that's kind of the point. So, but I just think I would have sat with Tom Ford and been like, dude, let's add a layer here. Let's expand this territory here. What about Michael Shannon's character? Once he bounces, we never hear from him again. And
What you mean? He
once he tells them, yo, go that route, I'm going to go this route. That's it.
yeah, because he's probably gonna die.
Not in
I
that
think-
exact second.
Yeah.
Bro, he's dying.
I thought that was what it was trying to be. That
He's just going to go off and die peacefully
Yeah,
somewhere.
No,
bro.
not that. I mean, maybe like I don't know, goes off into the desert and just
No,
collapses
yeah,
somewhere.
exactly. Like maybe go drink a little smoke.
I
And then
guess
watch the
our
view.
imagination it like paints that picture, right?
Well,
but
like also it really, again, there's so many areas that because it's open ended, it's really interesting to see how you're gonna play with it.
I just think
because
this is one of those pictures that
Y'all
he was
butchering
catering
this
to
shit.
the audience, right? Like if he would have if you would have made this film 2.5 hours, there's so much.
No, I agree with you there. Okay, there
You
we
know?
go. I'll give you that.
That's what I mean.
But I
Like
think-
he could have.
I think it
He
was
could
perfect. I
have.
think it was good. I think it was.
I think it was good. I don't think it was perfect. That's why I give
Okay,
it
no,
an 8.
I don't think it was
That's why-
perfect. No, yeah,
so I
it's a
leave it
little
at
bit
an
too
8. But
exaggerated.
yeah, that's where I'm at with
Mate.
this. I think it's terrific. I think it's one of those things that like, man, people slept on this shit. It was a good
Yeah,
film.
yeah, I was super surprised.
But I do think it could have been done better. For instance, I think if David Fincher directed this, it would have been a David
It
Fincher.
is got
You
a
know what I'm
little
saying?
vibe-ish
If
to
it
for
would have been
sure.
a David Fincher fucking epic,
sure.
you know. But again, Tom Ford, it was only his second feature film of all like ever.
that's the weird- that's
so
like,
that's
what?
fucking insane,
That's
man.
insane.
So yeah. So anyways, that's where I'm at with 8. What about you, Casio?
I'm at the 9s. I give it a 9.2.
9.2.
Yeah,
Wow,
I just
fair.
think obviously it was visually striking. It was the story is so freaking complex. When
It's
I first saw it, I was
terrific.
just it's terrific, dude. It's just, you know,
Took a minute to just like digest all these different elements coming in, right?
right. And then, you know, you get this whole thing of like you get Jake Gyllenhaal's character in the story where he feels helpless. And
Yeah.
that's the whole point to
Yeah,
this.
it makes you feel. It makes you feel what he's feeling on both sides of the coin.
Yeah, and I've never had a film in a long time that I've had to like literally like, hey man, put the book down.
Yeah.
I literally have to pause. I'm like, man, why am I so anxious?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to be that guy. I want to like,
Yeah.
you know, just punch the
Well,
guy.
I like how you
Yeah,
described
yeah.
it. It's that feeling of like in our heads, we're always like, yeah, if that happens to me, I'm gonna go sock the guy in the face and do this and do that. And with him, he's just there like,
Exactly.
you know,
And I
like,
think the writing was so beautiful because it wasn't cheesy, like, you know.
No, it wasn't.
You know,
Well,
like,
also-
It was on par with like these characters, and I think the best thing that Tom Ford did in this film was casting. I think
everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I
that's
think
true.
Aaron
All of
Taylor,
them.
all of them, man, all of them were fucking great.
Even who's the other redhead?
Oh, Isla Fisher. Isla Fisher.
What?
Isla Fisher.
That's her name. It's the Fisher.
She's
From
Sacha
Wedding
Baron
Crashers,
Cohen's.
yeah.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen's wife. Yeah.
She did a great job.
That was genius too, as everybody's always confusing those two.
Yeah,
That's
the
genius.
redheads,
That's
yeah.
kind of genius in the likeness of Isla Fisher. That's good. That's
So
good.
yeah, I like the plot. I like the acting. I mean, everything from
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yeah.
Michael Shannon, Amy Adams. I'm a big fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, me too, man. He's terrific.
I didn't know
He's
that was
terrific.
him.
I wish
He's such a-
he has so much potential that isn't used, man. In the sense that, like, I think the film, it might have been after this one. Like, he did King Kong, and he did a small part in King Kong. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't.
Who did he play in
He
Kong?
wasn't leading one of the soldiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
he's
But
one
that's
of
what
the
I mean.
soldiers.
Like he could have. He
remember
could be
that.
leading shit really well. Like, he did that film Savages.
Yeah, I was gonna tell
You
you.
know what I'm
that
saying? Like, it's fine, but dude, he's fucking good, man. He could be doing.
one. No, he's
some
gotten a couple of good ones though. No, he's gotten a couple
what?
leads.
memorably. Like what he. I think this guy could be working
Oh, yeah, I'm
with
with you
top
on that.
directors, man, and you know.
But yeah, I give it a 9.2. I just think it's just that scene alone when it
Yeah.
makes you feel like that, like
Oh yeah,
just seeing her drive off and her
really
yelling.
it really grips you in, and then
When the guy's driving him like to, past like whatever like the car.
oh man, I got a
in
lot.
your experience, you're like, that was not gonna let you go, dude.
Yeah.
I got a lot of
Yeah,
the tension
fuck, man.
of like when
good
he
writing.
sees his own car parked on the side. He's like, "Oh, you don't need to worry about that. Keep driving," and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like he doesn't know what to do, and there's like no right answer.
And
And
you
it's
get
By
just
the
exactly.
way, we also know like not to diminish people who don't live here or anything, but we live in the desert and
Yeah.
we know how dangerous shit. That's where you find bodies in El Paso all the time.
Oh,
is in
yeah.
the fucking desert, you know. So like we know like driving 30 minutes into that direct. We did it for a film. And we almost fell into a fucking ditch, man. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like one of those things where it's night and it's scary and you don't know what's coming
Yeah.
up. Like we kind of it hits a little more close to home for us.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
because
especially like
we
I
know
think-
how intense that is. Like,
yeah,
that,
doing
those
a road
drives.
trip
Yeah.
and like it's just late at night and you're like, let me just hit that gas station. Let me hit somewhere.
yeah.
And then you're like, okay, and then I'll feel fine, but you're just driving.
yeah.
Bullet Train in the Wall. That's the only one I remember.
Bullet. I haven't seen Bullet Train yet.
Oh,
I know.
pretty good.
He
I-
did the Wall, like the Matt Damon one.
No, this is
No, it's
another
the
one.
Great
This
Wall.
is another one where like he's
The
a
Wall.
soldier and he's caught like on a wall and there's a sniper so you can't move. It's a pretty good one.
I haven't seen
Interesting.
that one.
Yeah.
I've heard of Bullet Train. Miguel keeps telling me to watch that one. I just haven't seen it.
It's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Brad Pitt lead, but
They're just having fun, right? I mean,
yeah, and obviously this guy's pretty
9.2.
good. 9.2.
Fair. I mean, let's get into this, man.
Yeah.
I think this film. Like
I
I
wanna-
said, it
I
just has
wanna
a lot going
understand-
for it. It just has a lot going for it. It just
What was that thing when she shows her the baby and then something comes out?
that was him. That was Ray. The character's name is Ray.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So he pops out because
Is
she's
that
been
'cause-
reading this.
Okay, so hear me out.
Uh-huh.
So is it because it's in night vision? Is it because like a nocturnal animal? Is that kind of?
I think that's half of it.
Okay.
I think the other half of it is again color.
What do you mean?
Let's get into the color
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the color thing is, I think the color thing is pretty cool, but again, I caught it right away.
He's
I
a
think it could have
fashion
been.
designer. He wants people catching.
No. You know what's interesting about this film is that Tom Ford is an amazing fashion designer. He decided upon directing this film that he was going to delegate the costuming to somebody else. Like
Okay.
officially, like I'm not going to worry. Bless you.
Bless you.
I'm not going to worry about the costume design at all in this film.
I give him
And
credit.
really delegate it. Like
Just
I'm
be on the
that's
directing.
not me right now. I'm
Okay.
directing right now. So that's good. But anyways, green, the color green. The color green and the color red. These two colors are extremely important in this film.
Right.
The first time we see green the most, where it's really prevalent, is in his boots. Ray's boots.
Yeah, he had those.
We see those green boots,
dark,
right?
yeah.
Those green boots, the color green appears and reappears in the film in only key sequences. This is where. The interpretation here that most people are getting, I don't know if you guys got this, or you agree. The interpretation here is that because of what Amy Adams' character in real time, in real life,
Left him.
did to the baby, left him, betrayed him, got an abortion of his kid. The implication is that in the book, she is not only the wife that was killed, but Ray, because she's the murderer of her baby, of his baby.
Ooh.
God dang.
So the
Oh,
interpretation,
because it's the murder of not only like the kid, but
Yeah.
also the image he has of that perfect family,
Yes.
perfect wife, and all that.
not just the image, but like who he knew, like the side of his wife that was supportive of him, that was in love with him, she killed that. right? Like in real life, she built that wall. She fucking started dating Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
Another guy that was. He's a great actor. He's a piece of shit human being, but he's a great
He
actor.
seems like a piece of shit.
No, dude, he's gotten in trouble recently with a bunch of shit.
They were
Anyways,
gonna make another.
they made a documentary of him.
No, they were
Jackass.
gonna make another Man from Uncle. They were gonna continue that series.
They canceled the film because
and they
of that.
canceled
Oh, that
because
fucker.
yeah,
Oh,
That's a
dude,
guy
no,
Ritchie. That's a guy Ritchie.
he fucking
yeah, bad people. Bad
idiot.
people.
Anyways, bad people, good actors. So when the implication is she cheated on Gyllenhaal's character with Armie Hammer's character, and
Right,
like
right.
she created that wall of like, I'm gonna go back to what my mom said is valuable,
The art
and
the,
fuck
he's
this
better.
guy. So like she killed the image of herself that he was in love with.
Right.
Like she built that wall, right? So that's one, right? So in the book, she's Ray. She's the killer. She murdered the baby. She murdered the wife. Again, the wife that he was in love with.
Right, right.
So anytime that green appears, it's the version of herself that he fucking hates. So for instance, what's the color of the dress that she puts on when she's going to meet him for dinner
Green.
at the end of the film?
Yeah,
Right? Yeah. So the color is green. The color of the car, the GTO,
Oh, I forgot.
it's green.
It's green. Okay.
Of Ray and the gang. The
Oh, it
muscle
is
car.
green.
It's
Yeah,
a green
yeah.
car.
It's a little rusty.
That
but yeah.
car appears when they broke up.
Yeah, yeah. When he's right
He's
there
walking?
and he's right there, and then it's red.
That was the moment where she officially fucking.
Yeah, because that was the scene.
That's
where,
why
yeah,
the green
that's the
appears
scene.
there, right? So that's important to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is on the nose. I get it, but it's.
But
not-
it's really
No, it's good. I'm
It's
just
even
good.
like
saying,
at the
just-
very end
Uh-huh.
when he is holding the gun and it's like, oh, you're not gonna kill me because you're weak, and then when they go back to that fight they had, it's like, oh, you're saying I'm weak.
You're
Like,
saying
you
I'm
know?
weak. That word, those words are key.
Yeah.
Weak.
Red. When they're fighting about his writing, she's sitting on a red couch.
Okay.
When he finds the bodies of the mom and the daughter,
The couch.
they're
is
on the
red.
red couch.
Yeah.
Prevalent color thing. So again, these colors appear in real period. But the reason I brought up or when you brought up the baby cam, the color is green.
The color's green.
'Cause there's Ray.
Oh shit. Okay.
So anytime Ray appears or that version of her appears, it's green.
I like my.
Was there was there
I
any,
mean, that's good. Yeah,
No, night
yeah,
vision,
like
yeah.
night
was there
vision.
any color to the painting that said revenge? Was that in red or green?
No, but
white and black.
yeah, it was black and white. But I mean, that was just foreshadowing.
Yeah, that was yeah. That's how I took it. Like
Yeah, it's foreshadowing. But
that's
yeah,
why he never showed up.
color is super super important. But again, I think like it's hard to place, man, because as a writer you have to respect it, but at the same time, if I were writing the script and I were
Let me put it this way: Would you have rather him not do that?
I would have rather him do that. No, it's fine that he did it, but if I'm let's say you write a script, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I read it, right? And let's say you've been writing scripts for a long time. You start reading these things and you're like, yo, you could do more with this. Like you could really like hammer
where
this
you're coming
in,
from,
like
for sure.
So there's just moments like that where I feel like we could have gone deeper. If you're gonna use the color as a thing, let's find other areas where we can really implement this. But just the boots, the dress, stuff like that.
Pretty, and he's getting
The couch stuff.
The couch is pretty
yeah.
good.
But yeah.
By the way, I love the couch. Like, I love his match cuts in this film. Like,
Yeah.
especially like
Match cuts
the
are
couch, and then like being like, well, like dead and like raped and all that, and then they cut to like Amy Adams' actual like daughter and stuff like that, and then she's just there in the same position. Like those were
that was
so
a beautiful one.
That was
a beautiful
great,
one.
and
Terrific.
especially
She's falling.
because you have so much tension at that point
Yeah.
of like what happened. And then it just cuts over to somebody else, and you're just, it's like they take all this energy that you built up and throw it on something else that if
there's
super
a
well
theory. There's a theory that out there that daughter is actually Gyllenhaal's character's daughter. That she never had an abortion. Because we
it
never
went through my head a little bit.
because we never officially see her.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
So
too.
like we just see her leave him, right, and go with Armie Hammer's character. So like there's a theory out there that's the baby that she kind of kept under wraps, and he never got to meet his daughter, type of thing, or that he knows about her. That's why he writes about her red-haired girl in the book.
because
so
it's
like
basically the same
man,
person.
it
you know?
was.
so there's a ton that goes into like that too, right? Like the layers of Armie Hammer's character, and he's a piece of shit who cheats on her now, and that's what she gets. Like she cheated on him, so karma has kind of come back around. Now her current husband cheats on him. She says in one of the lines, like, "Oh, I've been thinking a lot about him, and he just recently sent me his book, and then he dedicated it to me." Dude, it's a weird, funky thing, man. Because when you're a writer, let's face it. Let's be honest here, right? We can be honest here.
Let's see.
When you're a writer and you're using a portion of your life, whether it's a person or a situation or a feeling, you want it to punch hard to everybody, right? You want this to be universal and you want people to connect with it. But if you're writing about somebody specifically or a specific situation, you kind of want to like, you hope somebody like that watches it and it hits them even harder because they know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, so like that's kind of the writer's revenge, right? Writer's revenge in this scenario. It's his character as a writer being like, "Oh, you thought I was a shitty writer? Not only am I writing a great fucking book that's being published, but bitch, it's about you and what you did to me."
I love that.
So it's one of those writers deep dark.
That's my ending. Well,
It's one of those writers deep dark fantasies that writers will never admit. But it is what it is. People feel that way.
I agree with that.
You know, so.
But what was your thing with the ending?
So I love that he left it up for interpretation.
Ain't no interpretation. You go back.
No, man, because a lot of people are saying, he was so in love with her. He was just so in love with her that he just couldn't face her because of what she did to him. He still has a resentment. And then obviously the one that you say, I agree with that one too. I think that's what happened. He was like, fuck her. I'm gonna make her.
He's probably watching right now. And
he's probably. Yeah.
Like another.
But there's a third theory out there.
What is it?
I thought it was very interesting. Very interesting.
Do you have another theory?
Dude, no. I mean, I'm still like
That's
absorbing so much
That's
of
what I
this.
wanted.
Like, I mean, after I finish watching it, I'm already like, I need to see it again and see all these little like details that I missed. Cause
I didn't catch all of them the first time. I really didn't. But this time around, I was like, holy shit, this is here.
So it's
the third theory out there that's very plausible because of what happens in the book is that Jake Gyllenhaal's present day character killed himself after sending her the book.
No. That's out of the way. Because his car shows up.
How do you know that's his car?
No, and then also,
that's a rich person's car in a rich person's restaurant.
It was the brown car.
What brown car?
When she barely makes it home, and then the doors are closing, and that car pulls up.
To the gate. No,
that's the brown car.
Yeah, but that's Armie Hammer's character, isn't it?
Who?
Her husband.
No.
That shows up to her. Oh no! But my point is like
he delivered.
He didn't show up to the. But that's why he didn't show up to the restaurant because at that point he had done what he needed to do.
Oh,
wait, but then
there we go. There we go. That's a little bit more.
I mean,
they're texting up until that point.
Yeah, because it says name a time and place, and that's the last message
that's
that
all we
gets sent.
see. And another thing is we never. You can say that the car thing's fine.
Yeah, the car.
We never see him ever in present day. We never see Jake Gyllenhaal's character ever.
I'll give you those two.
And the other thing is, if we're gonna connect the fiction to the nonfiction, in the fiction he dies.
Yeah,
he shoots himself like a dumbass and dies. So why wouldn't that?
They're just kind of like telling him like, "This is my book."
I mean, also
why?
Remember, he's like,
okay, that's cool,
you know
but
that's
also
awesome
if that's the case, but that's not clear, right? So again, this is just the theory that's out there.
I don't know.
Given his character, given that like,
I like that also in the sense that like being a romantic and being a writer, it's the bigger revenge. It's the most satisfying way because it's even in the book, this whole idea of like he lost his wife and his daughter. And even after they shoot the guy and it's like, hey, do you feel better? And he's like, I just feel bad that I couldn't have done anything sooner. Because it's like, even after you kill somebody, I could have done something and nothing changed. Like nothing changes. And I mean, it's so powerful for that character.
And that's also what connects with Michael Shannon.
Yeah. That's another thing. So like Michael Shannon's character is supposed to represent his strong side. His conscience.
Okay.
That's who that character is. The strong side of Gyllenhaal's writers.
It's funny how it's the strong side, but he's also at his weakest point.
Yeah,
you know?
That is most vulnerable.
It's most vulnerable.
It's most vulnerable. So there's just like a ton of things to dissect there because I think the ending is very well plausible. Like if we're gonna go cynical, dude, if we're gonna go like, he fucking did it to her, like he threw it in her face. The biggest thing, don't you think, would have been like suicide?
Because then it's like
no, but there was
no, because poetically it's
poetically it would be to
poetically like if he takes his own life, that's the end of it. She can never contact him. They can never talk about this. How did she win if he dies?
No. Because she's been broken down to
Yeah.
the point where then
Yeah.
she finally has realized that I was wrong. I should have followed this person who would have made me happy compared to like following the money and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Because now I'm not happy. And then it's like, oh, right when she realizes she's wrong, well, now you could never
Now you
have
can
it.
never
yeah,
have
like
him.
enjoy that. And then plus, if you think about like the
And
whole,
it's
like,
your fault.
And
it's your fault.
it's
your
a very
fault.
poetic,
It's
very
a little
like,
poetic, but not in my style. Like my
No,
style is more
no,
like
but because I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
revenge.
yeah, like the whole. I want to see what I
It's-
accomplished.
yeah.
No, but I think as like a romantic writer, you're also looking at like it cosmically everything worked out. Like I think in romances and all that, like cosmically everything just went in the right place so these two people could come together. And in the same kind of way, if you flip that on its script, then cosmically everything worked out that you could never have that.
No, and he
you will
wrote
never
no,
have
and
that.
cosmically
Okay,
it's
I
great
like that
too
little-
because I do like your theory of like that's the version of him that is stuck on you.
Exactly.
He's dead. You will
Exactly.
never get him again.
That's why I never showed up. I'm
Yeah.
done with that
Yeah.
story.
In the book, by the way, in the novel,
What happens?
in the novel, it takes place in Chicago, not in LA, and what's described is that he's on a book tour, and that's why he gets busy on the book tour and he doesn't show up. That's
I like this.
so
I
like
like this one more.
Yeah, less interpreted. Like so, like that's why I think I love that aspect of it. Like that could be really like
It's you know what it
that
reminds
version of
me.
me is dead.
Even the little shot is kind of La La Land.
Yeah.
Like I give you my best.
Yeah,
And she's just like God damn, he's pretty good.
It's-
And I also think that like both of you guys have really good points because to the last point, the fact that what she left him for, this is really interesting. This is very layered in this aspect. What she left him for, she's substantially unhappy about. She never pursued her own goal. She pursued the money, right? Like she never pursued being an actual
Yeah.
artist, and that's been discussed because I'm
at
too
the
cynical
very,
to be an artist.
Yeah, at
and
the very, very beginning, that whole I thought it was so interesting. Just
that New York conversation.
Yeah.
the whole like junk art scene where
Uh-huh.
basically she says, "Oh, you thought it went good," and she's asking people, and they're like, "Oh, it went amazing! Like you got your point across," and then she's like,
She's still not satisfied.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point of it? Like, what did I nope. This isn't fun to watch. This isn't fun to consume. This is there's no reward I gain from it. It's just a bunch of people telling me I did a good job.
Yeah, and I also think like to your point of like,
good.
what was the point of opening the film that way? I think it has everything to do with like the bourgeois, right? The bourgeois aspect of
it's
like
a very
people appreciate.
capitalist.
Yeah, but
like-
but also just like people consider the commentary art when she's even like not even this is satisfying to me. Like the best art that I can display, it still isn't doing it for me.
You know what's weird? I had a personal experience where I saw a painting the other day. I don't imagine the artist is gonna hear this, so I'm gonna
Go for it.
critique it. It's called "Pop Goes the Diversity," and the art piece talks about how they attached balloons with different colored paints onto a canvas, and then students would go and throw darts, and then basically as it would pop, it would make these elaborate like patterns, and it's these different colors blending together, and they're like, oh, we're unlocking diversity here.
Okay.
I was so mad when I saw that painting because it's this weird world of art that people make
Anything
things.
could be art.
No, it's that people make things just to say, oh, see, we had this mild intention and then just kind of threw it out there. But it's like, you're just, I guess, yeah, it's the whole idea that anything could be art. And then people are putting it up thinking that it has all this elaborate meaning when it's like,
and
there-
spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on something
yeah,
that's
and
like,
it was so bad. And I was just
like think about the photograph. Like no, because you do know that she can curate art. When she walks into her house, and we think it's a scene with the gun.
Yeah, what
Right?
was that?
But that's
is
like-
she noticing like
Think about I think she's noticing like, man, this is fucking art. Like this is fucking art. It's hanging in my house. By the way, a lot of the art actually came from Tom Ford's personal collection.
Wow.
So like again, that's a powerful image.
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
pointing the gun. That guy's smiling. This guy's intensely pointing the gun at him. That can be interpreted. That
Yeah.
photograph is
I was
art.
like, whoa.
But a balloon animal statue that's,
Oh, that's
100
just-
foot.
No, and then that one, I forgot what the name of the piece is.
Yeah.
But it's at the Chicago Museum of Art
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And that one's like worth millions. And it's this super, I mean, it's a simple design.
What are those
but
dolls that are super?
They're balloon animals.
But the popular, mostly rappers collect them. Drake has a ton of them. those dolls that are like mouses or something, and there's like different designs, and they have like a Versace one. Like they're collectible, but they're art, and that's why people pay fucking millions of dollars for them. So like, it's that aspect
weird.
of like,
yeah, no, and then I mean, when you get into like the art curation world, and I know that there's multiple documentaries that have been made about it. It's this weird blend of people trying to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to like art, and they even mention it. They're like, we'll just get a bunch of local LA artists, and it makes us look better because it makes us look like, oh, we're at the cutting edge of art. But it's like. Yeah. What is that? What does that even mean?
I
like,
also
what are you
think
chasing,
that's where we're at with cinema, dude. I think cinema, again, it's all subjective, right? It's all subjective. It's all subjective. But who's curating cinema? Who's curating art? And why? I mean,
and what's no purpose behind it. I mean,
the why.
To me, I've just always looked at like the art community, and I've had this very interesting feeling because I find more meaning coming out of like, and even for us in the cinema community, like for short films and all that, where we're seeing artists come out and make things that really have purpose and intentionality, and they're not just throwing out whatever sticks, much like a balloon that pops and has color. It's like just whatever's there. They're actually trying to create something. They're trying to have real dialogue, real commentary, and in the art community, you see that at a certain level, it's there. Like even I look at the El Paso Museum of Art, and I see so much there, and then at a higher end level, then it becomes status, and it becomes who has the most lucrative thing, the most valuable thing.
But I just think that's where she's at in her career, right? Whereas it may have taken him a little longer, but bitch, he got where he needed to go, and he wrote a masterpiece. Like he's gonna be known for. He's like it felt like a very Cormac McCarthy type of writer, like The Road or like No Country for Old Men, or like it felt like that type of writer. Like he's gonna be good, man.
Both characters, I guess, got to the top of their ladder, like wherever they were going, and then each of them had to realize like what was there. And I mean, with him, it was like, I actually made something that's going to carry on and hold meaning and all that kind of stuff.
And all the stuff you're curating, you get bored in a week with.
There's no purpose behind it. You basically got to the top of the art community where now they're like, hey, well, we're at this meeting and we're looking at you to tell us like what's going to be next. And it's like, it doesn't even matter.
I think that arc is great, man. And I think a lot of women identify with this principle. Most men, and Castro, you and I have had conversations about this. Most men, whether we like it or not, turn into our fucking dads. And like the more we try to stay away from it, the more we fight it, the more we end up becoming like them. And then with women, it's that the sensitive topic is you're just like your mom, Yeah. And that whole whole really arc fun. Was great. That whole arc was great. Like to see the
Her
conversation. Yeah. Oh, by the way, she was originally supposed to be Kim Basinger. And got replaced by this actress. I like this one too. But I think there could have been a lot of room for that. Like, I mean, I think there could have been a lot of room for that arc to also kind of like.
I feel you. Okay.
But that arc was really good too. Like to see her change.
I can see what you mean now. That there's so many areas that if they were developed more, it would have had so much to it, because the art thing was really. I mean, I know I talked a lot about it right now, but just. It really was a small part of the film, and then even like the mother arc, like that was there for that scene, but then later on as we go along, it's not like it's pursued a whole lot more. I don't know if you felt
why don't you guys write something better than this?
No, I forget the movie. I forget the movie, or it's a show where like one guy, a guy who's like an artist, like a poor guy, is dating like a richer girl. And he says something along the lines of like, oh, I'm just a story to you, so you could tell your rich friends at lunch 20 years from now that you went. I was good at hunting. No shit. Where he's like, I'm just a story to you. Like you're gonna go say that you slummed it once when you were in college, dating the poor guy and the guy from Southie, and that's what this is. Like that's kind of what he probably feels that she did to him. It's like, oh, you dated the artist, the writer, so that you could say you dated a writer, and then you went off and did the fucking rich thing. Like, that's so good, man. It's so good. It's so good.
You, man, it's good. Good film.
But yeah,
you picked it.
I know, man. I think it was a good pick.
It's a damn good pick.
Yeah. Way better than that one that we did at the cafe.
No, but yeah, I think that was great. By the way, I think it's something to consider too. The development, for instance, I don't think he would have done any better. But you know who was in line for the role of
Ray
of Ray?
Who?
Joaquin Phoenix, and then he dropped out.
That would have been interesting.
It would have been interesting, but it wouldn't have been this.
Nah, it's because
Aaron Taylor Johnson did fucking great. He did great.
Because you don't need, because I didn't even know it was him. That's what I want. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's a British dude. It always fascinates me when British guys do American accents.
Yeah,
especially when they do Western American accents. It's like, oh, dude, you're good.
Well, Jake was doing a Texas one, no?
Yeah.
That
was pretty on par.
West Texas, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of. We got an El Paso shout out in the film. So
what do you guys think of Jake Gyllenhaal? Like, where do you guys rank him?
In this film or in general?
Yeah, in your actors list.
I think, like...
I know there's Leo and all these guys, but...
Right now, I think he's top 10, dude.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Easy. He's in the Wanted.
I think he could be argued to be like top 5 even.
But
Yeah, he's definitely in my top 5.
You know, he's up there.
He wouldn't be in my top 5, but I think somebody could argue it. No, I'm being serious. Like, I think somebody could argue it.
Yeah, it's like he could be argued to be top 5. He wouldn't be my top 5.
But I can imagine somebody outside has a list, and he's definitely top 5.
I don't know. I'd throw him in top 10, man. There's a lot of people right now that are being underused.
The only ones I put is Jake.
Joaquin.
Like, dude, you got Joaquin, Timothée, Leo.
Timothée.
Yeah, Timothée for sure.
Timothee's got a lot of growing to do.
No, I don't put Joaquin top 5.
I'm there. With me, I think
he's fantastic. I think he's going to win an Oscar in his lifetime. I think he's just... I think
they're pushing it really hard right now.
You know where Timothée is right now? Timothée is where Leo was when he was doing Titanic.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh,
I don't think he's quite there yet.
Yeah.
It took Leo 40 years to do what he needed to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Timothee's there yet.
I hate to agree with you.
I'm still waiting for The Revenant too, you know? Or Timothee's the long lost son.
He's inside of a goat.
The white son.
Yeah, he's the white indigenous son.
Yeah, man. I think. I don't know if I put him top 5, but top 10.
But
top 5 for me. For sure.
I mean, I know I need to see more of what Gyllenhaal.
You know what's unfair? What's unfair is that Gyllenhaal's been doing it just as long, but because of the roles that he's chosen, which are justified, man. He's chosen some great fucking roles.
Yeah, that is true.
He's not frontline. He's not forefront. He's
true.
the same age as fucking Leo and Toby came up with all these
guys. Yeah, because he was doing Donnie Darko and this guy was doing Titanic.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. He was in Donnie Darko.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, he was a child actor.
He was doing the whole when the world freezes and stuff in 2001.
Vanilla Sky.
Yeah,
Not Vanilla
they
Sky.
did.
Tomorrow.
They did scenes in El Paso.
Oh, for real?
Oh, the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, the after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
And
That's
Or he's
Saturday.
in that film.
They mentioned oh, for real?
Yes.
Holy shit.
He plays like a broadcaster or whatever.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Prove
really
it.
Holguin?
Robert Holguin. He's in the movie.
In what film? 2012?
Oh, well, like
the
when,
day after tomorrow.
Who was in it?
My
Robert
parents.
Holguin.
In what film?
Anyways, yeah, no, I think just Gyllenhaal gets the bad end of the stick because he didn't pick these like blockbuster roles.
Exactly. That's where I'm going. I hope you.
Well, now he's doing Marvel. Well, he did the one Marvel.
He did the one. I think that's what I'm doing. Brokeback Mountain was a fucking smash. And how's it that Heath Ledger's career goes here and his like?
You could have picked a better word.
Well,
but
to be fair,
Because like
yeah.
I mean, the roles that he does, they're very much like you're really absorbed with them.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a film.
I haven't seen Prisoners. I haven't seen Donnie Darko.
Bro,
I haven't seen Brothers.
I haven't seen Brothers either.
So like, I mean,
Prisoners
I
for
know
sure.
there's some that I'm still catching up on, but geez, I mean,
I just feel like I need to look.
Brokeback Mountain was fucking terrific.
I haven't
His
seen it.
performance in
I will-
Brokeback Mountain,
Pretty good.
jeez, dude, no, that
Kevin Leonard.
performance is
Heath Ledger.
probably still my top Gyllenhaal performance.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain, fuck, dude, like, yeah, it's terrific.
What is it about? It just the relationship, the way he
Yeah,
carries.
it's two very manly cowboy
heard
men
that.
who kind of go off and on a job, literally on a cattle job, and fall in love and kind of this stuff. No, they do. They fall in love and they come back home to their wives, and that whole dynamic of like, yo, we shared this moment. Why the fuck aren't you acknowledging it? Because we're these macho men. It's
kind of
fucking,
like Y Tu Mamá también, kind of like.
but what much more intense, like much more direct in its approach of like, I fucking
interesting.
love. It's like a early 2000s Call Me by Your Name.
I was
but
about
like,
to say, is it like Call Me
yeah,
by
it's
Your
kind of
Name?
like
for
Call
real.
Me by Your Name, but at least in that aspect, one of them acknowledges that I
Yeah.
guess Timothée is the Gyllenhaal character. It's interesting. Yeah, dude, no, we should talk about Brokeback on this podcast. I think it's Ang Lee's best film, too.
Okay.
Well, Life of Pi might be right
Oh,
behind
dude,
it.
I cried in Life of
But
Pi.
Ang Lee, man, like I don't care for what he's done in the past few years. Anything after Hulk, I pray. Well, Life of Pi, but Brokeback Mountain's fucking terrific, man. It's a great picture, but that's still my favorite Gyllenhaal performance, I think.
I gotta see this.
And Heath Ledger.
And he, what? The
That's
Joker?
still, I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You haven't seen Brokeback
Yeah, we gotta cut
Mountain?
him off. He's already talking way
Yeah.
too much. Yeah.
You know what? We're at like 3 hours.
Yeah,
we
Brokeback
gotta wrap.
Mountain.
Yeah, we gotta wrap. it
Yeah,
up,
we
dude.
gotta wrap it up, man. We're at like 3
You already talking
hours.
Too much.
So.
Your battery's low.
Yeah.
Let's get it, bro.
See,
We're
the
gonna
way
talk
the
about
thing
it.
is, the way my bank
We're
account
gonna
works.
talk about it on this podcast
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
that film's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
The way my bank
Speaking
account
of
works.
talking about it, next week, Brokeback Mountain. Tune in.
Anyways,
Tune in.
yeah, but I think
the special.
Gyllenhaal is amazing in this picture. I still think the best actor is Michael Shannon in this mix-up.
And this one, I think Aaron Taylor. For
Yeah.
sure. But anyway,
Wait, real quick. Did you know, Michael Shannon, that all the coughing scenes were improvised? They just said, pretend you have cancer. And he was like, all right. And then, yeah,
it was
he
pretty
did that. Yeah.
believable, no?
Yo, man, that was
I don't
that
think it was-
era of
No?
Michael. That
No,
was that
I don't
era of
think so.
Michael Shannon. That granted, I'm biased, right? I was paying attention to it because I'd just come out of the movie with him, but that was that Shape of Water like era.
Yeah, that is
So I
true.
was- yeah,
No,
2015.
Oh.
2016,
but
17,
Shape of Water
18.
came out in
17.
17 now.
That's what I'm saying. That was that Michael Shannon era where he's like, dude, this motherfucker's great. Like,
He's pretty good.
we knew, like we saw him, and we knew him as Greg. What the fuck's his last name?
Sestero?
No,
From which one? From which
from
one?
8 Mile.
Oh yeah, dude,
The stepdad, or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mom's boyfriend,
Yeah,
like
I
Greg
knew
Beal.
him.
Greg
Yeah,
Beal.
bro, that's the only.
That's how we knew
Yeah, that's
Michael
how I
Shannon
know.
up until like now that we know he's a fucking amazing.
I knew him from
actor.
Man of Steel.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that was
He
another
did
one,
all the- oh, by the way, him and Amy Adams are in that picture together.
Yeah.
Just
True.
like in this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just Michael Shannon for me was just like I paid attention to him from Shape of Water especially, but like that era, like this era of Michael Shannon was what really caught
I forgot
my
he was
eye.
in Knives Out.
Huh?
I forgot he was in Knives Out.
Yeah, he was in
Oh,
Knives
yeah,
Out.
the
I'm
first
telling
one.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first one.
Wait.
He's
He was the uncle or whatever.
Yeah.
the first
The
one.
brother of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh
brother.
my goodness. Yeah, the very like
Poised,
mild-mannered.
mild-mannered. Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Oh
dude. He's
my
fucking
goodness.
great.
Good,
Yeah.
I don't think he's won an Oscar yet, right? Maybe for
I feel like he has to have.
He's-
right?
He's been nominated twice.
for Shape of Water. He didn't win.
Hold on, the internet.
I thought Shape of Water only won like best picture.
He got
Best screen.
nominated for Nocturnal and Revolutionary Road.
Oh, that's right. Revolutionary Road with Leo and the other chick from Titanic, Kate Winslet.
Kate Blanchett.
But he's never won.
I didn't even see that one.
Never won.
Yeah. He's never
That's
won.
interesting. But anyways, I think he's gonna win an Oscar in his lifetime too. He's fucking amazing. So yeah,
But
Michael
he
Shannon.
died in the movie.
Does any of your
Buddy,
ratings
buddy.
change?
Cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema
Cinema.
is storytelling.
Oh,
Cinema.
Not always
still
true.
around.
He's still walking
You know who
around.
might not be
We
around for
hire
long?
actors.
Oh my god.
Bilal, there's somebody who might not be around for much longer.
Fuck you.
That's all
We're
we
not
have.
talking about that. Anyways, yeah. Rate the ratings. They change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
God damn, no, not to say.
6.
Jeez.
5,
I'll go up to.
We're at.
Yours was an 8.3, right?
Yeah.
Does it change?
I'd take it up to like an 8.6.
Okay. I don't like the way you said it, but okay.
He had a- he had a
know.
little streak on it.
Just to make you feel good. All right, I
8.6.
guess. You
Yeah.
go 3
Those-
All
more.
right, fine,
Anchor.
fine. 8.65.
All right.
You
rounded up, it's
now
an
that you know the
8.7.
story.
Yeah, like no, honestly, like 8.65. It went down. It was.
Yours was 8.7, bro.
Yeah, I really didn't know what I was saying earlier. I think the weed kind of.
You know what it was,
You got
Mr.
grasp of it.
The fact that you didn't believe him about the coughs.
Jeez. The edibles.
Yeah, it wore off, man. I'm sorry. This film really didn't hold. No, I'm joking. No, honestly, no. I'll still keep it at like an 8.7. I want to rewatch it.
Remember that, eh?
Jeez. No, because I genuinely like. I gave it a high rating just because I really appreciated the shot composition. I didn't really think
Just
about
like, I'm being nice right now.
No. I didn't think about
You're
all
reaching,
the
bro. You're reaching.
Yeah, dude.
Let it go.
Yeah,
You
it's
stayed at the
fine.
same. It's fine.
You're sugarcoating it. It's fine.
Good night, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What was yours? Yours was an 8? A flat
I'll
8?
go up to an 8.3. And
Okay.
again, for my reason will be the same reason. It created this conversation amongst us that we
True.
could really sink our teeth into.
Yeah,
So
I
I love
was
that.
generous, and I'm just gonna stay there.
No,
you were
man,
generous to open with. You opened to being generous.
Yeah.
So let's just yeah.
I like your generosity.
That's because that owl is easy.
Did you just call me easy?
You're weak and feeble.
Oh, weak and feeble.
Playing footsies with me, or you're just happy to see me?
So next
Final
week,
thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Did your rating go up?
Yeah,
you're
do
about
those
to
little
say.
theories. Yeah, I guess it from a 9.2 to a 9.3. I like those little theories. Sure.
Yeah, it's a great film. Check it out. It is one of those like little hidden gems that
on
people need to
Netflix
check
right now.
out.
Appreciate that.
I don't know anything about the budget on this one. I don't know anything about like. What I do know is that this is a fun fact. It was the highest, the film that holds the record, if I'm not mistaken, to this day, of the highest sell at Cannes Film Festival.
Holy
Really?
shit.
Yeah, so like Focus Features bought it for 20 mil, and that's the most they've ever paid. Anybody's ever paid for a sale at a film festival.
Oh
The
my
budget
God.
was 22.5.
22.5. Yeah, so
It grossed 10 in the States and 30 worldwide.
okay,
See,
yeah.
that's when it's not blockbusters. That's what
Yeah,
happens,
but
bro.
no, but I mean,
That's pretty
it did
good.
good, and like, I mean,
Especially-
Focus distributed and stuff.
But
like
man,
that.
I feel like that 2016 era was still like before this big boom right now we're having with like Netflix and streaming services.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
changed the game a
this
ton.
is exclusively on Netflix. It's been on Netflix forever.
Well, it's on Netflix as of recording right now. Yeah.
It's been there since it came out. Yeah, I saw it on Netflix.
So was that
I
kinda
feel
like
like
the
Focus
start-
has like a deal with
maybe?
Netflix.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past.
Probably.
Yeah, but Focus Features paid a lot of money for this fucking thing and made some of its money back. But
Did you focus?
on the feature.
And honestly, it was between this one and I think it was from the same year where Enemy came out with Jake
oh, that's
Gyllenhaal.
right. You wanted to cover it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but
Yeah.
Gusto, do you have like a man boner for Jake Gyllenhaal?
I do, bro. Like I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Fair.
don't know.
Something
If
about
you
those
saw him, would you throw
crying
your underwear in him?
sour
He's
shower
starting,
scenes.
he's starting to look like him. If you look
Dude,
at
just
it.
the way his hair goes to the side is wow.
No, it's really genuinely is a great film, and I think Tom Ford should direct more. So
That's
you guys really
true,
should.
man.
should
I
see
can't
this
believe he
film.
only has 2 or 3.
By the way, fun fact: he didn't use a single piece of his clothing in the film.
Yeah, because he didn't want the film to be a billboard. Those were his exact words.
Mhm.
I gotta ask though, why though? That seems
He
like
just said
but
why.
It seems like perfect.
Because I
Marketing,
think Tom
like,
Ford, but Tom
after
Ford
the
is
movie,
he's
after
already
the
made
movie.
his money in fashion. He
Yeah.
doesn't need to prove a point.
I like that.
Also,
Okay,
there's
Like
so
if
much-
I'm gonna make a film, just like the costume design,
I
thing,
like
I'm gonna
that.
make a film. You know,
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
gonna.
that's true.
There's also like
when I was
again
saying
that
this-
little commentary on like art and capitalism and
Yeah.
like trying to sell meaningful
Yeah.
like
So
artistic
this is-
pieces that he would just be like diving into that
True,
if he
true,
started
true.
selling
And I
stuff.
wonder if that's
I like
why
that. I
he
love
hasn't
that.
made another film. Because look, when you have a public company the way he does, he has stakeholders. He has a CFO.
Oh, yeah.
CEO.
He
They were
could
probably
definitely
pissed
do
that
it.
he didn't use a piece of his clothing.
That's
So
what I'm
like,
saying. Like,
so maybe he went back to the fashion world. Like, all right, I got to focus on this for a little bit, then I'll go back to film.
yeah,
So
maybe
who
this is
knows?
just a little.
But I think whatever it is, though, I mean, I know it's been like 6 years since he's made a picture, but whatever the next thing he does, if he ever comes back to directing, is gonna be fucking great, man. Like he knows how to do this shit.
Shit,
He
you got
should-
Jake for his first one. Whew. I mean, all these all-star
yeah,
cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Terrific picture. Go check it out
On Netflix.
On Netflix and
The word "fuck" was said 51 times.
51 times. Yeah,
And 80% was Carlos.
that's.
I'm talking about the movie, not the episode.
Oh,
Wow.
That's Child's Play.
Compared to
Go look
Wall
at
Street.
Wolf of Wall Street's number.
oh my God, dude.
No, legit. I think Wolf of Wall Street holds the record for how many fucks
They gave in a film.
how many fucks they gave in a film.
Wow.
Anyways, but seriously, Nocturnal Animals is one of those things that
I'm
like
glad you guys watched
414.
414 compared to this 51.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Is that just like 3 pages worth?
I
of
think
fucks?
Scorsese holds
All
it
the yellows.
for like I think it's like Wolf of Wall Street, Casino, and Goodfellas that are the top
He
3
holds them?
record-holding films that have the
Really?
word "fuck" in it, and it's mostly because
And
of
then
Chuck
like
Pesci.
4 through like 10 is all Samuel
Oh my
L. Jackson.
Yeah, Tarantino, right? Like
Yeah,
just like
Tarantino,
yeah. Anyways,
No,
Great
Wolf
pick,
of Wall
man.
Street is third.
Wolf of Wall Street is third, or was the other two?
Swearing at the movie.
The fuck is
okay,
well,
but
that's
that seems
intentional.
yeah, it seems
They're
Yeah.
reaching. What's the first one?
Swearing at the movie.
What's the second one?
Fuck, a documentary on the word.
Oh, come on! No!
Okay, but those make sense.
Yeah.
It's just
And
a
then
movie.
after Wolf of Wall Street, Summer of Sam, Nil by Mouth, Casino, Uncut Gems, Straight
Yeah.
Outta Compton,
Uncut Gems.
Alpha Dog, and End of Watch.
He produced
End
End
of
of
Watch.
Another Jake Gyllenhaal.
End of Watch had the most.
Hey,
What's that?
he
Bunch of
produced
gangsters
Uncut
and
Gems.
stuff.
So
End of
I'm just
Watch
saying.
at 326.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you like End of Watch?
I love the dude.
I hated it.
Why? Was it too?
The Venice thing.
You didn't like the whole
The Venice effect.
reality of it?
I
Oh, the whole like POV camera.
no, that was cool, and I guess they did it in the
Little
like
gimmicky.
okay. It was kind of gimmicky, and then I don't know. It was weird. It was weird having like the.
I get it, but
Am I being like overly political by thinking that it was weird the way that they portrayed the Latino?
No, but if you want to talk about that movie, The Law, we're gonna have to have another episode about it. Now.
Okay.
No, but thank you guys for tuning in to the WatchTower.
Yeah.
That was a great pick. This was a great pick.
Appreciate it,
It's a
man.
good
Yeah,
pick, and
You're
we know what
1-0,
we're doing
you know?
next. The next
getting better.
episode.
Well, actually, right after this is
Well, the next episode that's dropping on the network is
Kevin
The Social
Reynolds.
Network.
Kevin Reynolds. Kevin Reynolds. We talked to Kevin Reynolds at the Las Cruces International Film Festival. And he was awesome, man. He gave us these kind of old school Hollywood
Yeah,
ways,
man.
and
I like those
talked
type
to
of-
us about how Spielberg was a close collaborator to him
Yeah.
and kind of gave him his start. And by the way,
Great
Spielberg
insight.
also gave him Amy Adams her start. Catch me if you can.
He gives
Catch me if you
everybody a start. Damn it,
Maybe we
Spielberg.
need to call Spielberg.
Yeah,
I
maybe we
know.
should call Spielberg.
No,
Brett
handwritten
told us
letter.
to call
Yeah.
Spielberg. We just probably should. Yeah, he
Handwritten
gives
letter.
us some really great stories about like
Absolutely.
his first couple films that he did with
Yeah.
Spielberg, and
I like those little inside stories.
and just working at the
Producing back in the
studios
day,
and
yeah.
producing and meeting Kevin Costner and his partnership with Kevin Costner. So it's a great conversation. Go
Yeah,
check that out.
How he made it.
After that, our next Watchtower pick is Mr. Austin Young's pick. Drum roll, please.
Why are you pointing at me?
We're doing Jon Favreau's Chef. It's the next pick.
Bro, we gotta go eat.
Yeah.
And then
We
we got-
got to bring food while we watch this film.
Yeah.
My wife and I have seen this movie I don't know how many times. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Too.
Really?
And that's
We
your
can never
pick.
watch it on an empty stomach, man. It's a mistake.
And it's
I
your-
literally like the 2 times I've seen it. Both times I watched it on empty stomach. I had to pause it.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
my
back.
Go
God.
make food and then
Come
came
back.
back.
And then come listen to the story about us eating at the restaurant that's in the film. That's a
Oh,
fun
yeah,
story.
yeah.
So
We have our names there.
we have our names there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, come check out that episode. It's gonna be a
Well,
lot of
except
fun.
for the Lao.
I know you were quite
He wasn't born yet.
You wasn't born yet.
He's still doing
Oh
it.
man. But
I wasn't born yet. What the hell?
great pick. We got a whole lot of stuff. Stay tuned on our Facebook and everywhere for the live film, the live cafe episodes. So, Erin and George's Film Cafe.
Once a month.
We're coming up on. I think this is airing after
I think the next Aaron and George's Film Cafe is going to be
the 50th.
the anime. What was it?
Oh, that's what I'm wondering. This is
no,
airing
no.
after the 50th.
Yes,
No, this is episode 49.
you're right.
No.
Yeah, this is episode 49.
So the next is going to be our 50th.
I don't know, Austin. This is why I asked.
It's
I don't
not
know.
gonna
Is it or is it Chef? Is it Chef then? No, we're recording Chef next, but the release.
No, because the Serious Man is 49.
No, Serious Man is 48.
No, I thought it was 49.
We just talked about it being
Just
48.
Yeah, it's 48.
Are
So
we
we
sure?
have one more and then the 50th.
Are we sure?
I'm pretty sure.
What fun end of show
This is the
banter.
longest intro.
Outro.
Serious Man is 48.
We'll figure it out. Thanks for tuning into the WatchTower podcast. Good night.
Oh.